Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Eiches. I'm a board-certified allergist at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles, and I'm here today to discuss how to overcome allergy sinus trouble. That's a difficult one. If I really could solve it quickly or easily, I think that I wouldn't be here talking to you about it. It's an issue that especially affects young adults, and many of them end up with surgery